Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Today we are going to discuss about Python data structure cheat sheet. And in this video we are going to talk about list first. And as you can see, list has one of the methods that is as append. So what appends do is basically to it is used to add an element to the end of the list. Let's suppose that we have a list named as element here, and we want to append uh, something. Sorry, we have a list name as list here, and we want to append element in this list too. Then we can use dot append method, and we can add it here. We have an example also below that is saying fruits. It is having the list as apple, banana, and mango. Sorry, orange. And we want to append mango in to the list. So let's see how it works actually. So we have the list here. I'll just do one thing here. Print fruits. So as you can see that we have two print statement here. And first we are assigning a value to the list apple, banana, and orange, and we are printing that variable fruits. Now what we are doing is we are appending a value mango to it, and now again we are printing it. So what will happen is we'll have two separate outputs. First will be the original list that we have, and second one will be the appended list that we are going to have. So when we are adding mango, it is just adding up to the list and getting the new list value. Same like that, we have another example that I'll show you that is about copy. The copy method is used to create a shallow copy of the list. It is like whenever you are going to use the copy, it is going to append copy all the values and assign to the new list that you are giving the values to. So let's try that out. So we'll just execute this one, and you have to give it in this new line and execute. So as you can see that we are having the output. We are assigning we are having a list of five numbers 1 2 3 4 5. Now we are assigning the copy of first list to the new list value, and we are printing the new list here, and we are having the same numbers as the output here, and we can use the shallow copy like that. And we have a count. uh, there is a difference between shallow copy and normal copy that I want to discuss here. What happen is uh, it's like we have to, when we are assigning a value, we'll use this example itself. We'll add another cell, we'll paste it. Now what we are going to do is we are just going to make it copy here, and we'll execute it. Now you will see that the output is same here, but what I'm trying to say here is like when you are going to copy it and you are going to modify some values like my list list 2 equal to 20. Let's say that I have modified the value as 20, and now I want to print. I'll print this one before also, so that you have the idea. And now I'll print the old list that we have, the initial list, and when I'll execute that, you will understand what is the error that is coming here. It's actually not an error. What is happening is like when we are using copy method, it is actually copying the values only, not the addresses. But when we are just going to assign the old list name to the new list value, what it is doing, it is assigning the addresses also to the new list. And while doing that, as you see that I assigned the value as my list 2 equal to 20. So what happened is like in the new list also the values get appended. In place of 3 we get 20 here, and you can see before assigning it was 3, but after assigning it is 20, and the actual list also get changed. The same way it can be used like when we are going to assign, let's for say new list 1 equal to 10. So what is going to happen now is like both variable is going to change accordingly, so it can work in both ways. So this is the basic difference between shallow copy and normal copy in uh, lists. The third method is count. So count is basically used for getting the number of values that we have in the list. So let's get this out of here and count 2. Yep. So when we are going to add it here, and we are going to print. So what it is doing is like it is counting 2 in the lists. So list can contain multiple values, and if you want to count out the list value that you want to see, just you can continue and use count value here. If you want to count, let's say 4, so what you're going to do is like gonna run, and you're going to get the output accordingly. Now let's move on to the next example that we have creating a list. And in the first part also I have discussed how to create a list. You can just write a variable name here, and in the square brackets you can give the values. It can be either a string, character, or a float, integer, boolean, any kind of data that you want to. You can even give the dictionary and all in the list as well. There's no issue in that. And we have to discuss del method. Del is basically when used when we are going to delete some values out of a list. So for that we use del. Now I'll show you how it works. So I'll just print my list. So let's run it for once, and you can see the values are like 10, 20, 40, and 50. The second index value, that is 30, is getting deleted here, and we have the remaining values here. Let's move on to the next example that we have is for extend. The extend method is used to add multiple elements to a list. It takes an iterable each such as another list, tuple, or string, and appends each element with the iterable to the original list. Okay, let's we have an example here. We'll just execute it and we'll see what it is happening here. As you can see, we have apple, banana, orange, mango, and grape. So in the first list we have apple, then banana, and orange. Now what we are doing is we are extending fruits variable for more fruits. So what it is doing is it is appending mango and grape in the end of the list. So it is going in the iterative manner. It is extending the first list to the new list variables. So extend is working like that. We have indexing, as we have discussed also. Indexing we have like for modifying value here. We have used indexing like for second indexing. Indexing starts from 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so the whatever the length, the indexing will be one less to that. Okay, so let's try this example now. So one moment. Yep. So now we have a list as have which has values as 10, 20, 30, and 40 and 50. Now I want to display the value which is at index 0 and -1. So 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4, you get these values, but for -1 what happens is it takes the reverse order. So -1, -2, -3, -4, and -5. It will work like that. Let me show you how. So you can see that zeroth index, that is 10, correct, and we have -1 index, that is 50. So this is also correct. If we will just display 2 here, -2 index, the 40 will be displayed. And same way, if we'll go to the 5, I think 10 will be displayed. See, the zeroth value and -5th value is the same as in the indexing way. Now we have a insert statement. Insert, what it is do is it used to insert an element to the list. Now it is same as we have seen in the extend also. So we have multiple methods to do one operation. It depends on the working functionality, what do you want to use. So here you can see that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When we are going to insert 2, 6, what it is doing, it is checking the values whether it is available in this or not. If it is available, it is not going to modify or add it. If it is not, then it will append it. Or I am getting wrong. I think at the second place it is modifying 6. If I'll just give it at 3, just a moment. Yeah, I think I have mistaken it. Exactly. So the third indexing point, it is getting modified. I'm really sorry about the misunderstanding here. When you are going to give 5, it is going to end in the last position. Yeah. So this is the correct way. First value is going for the indexing, and second is actual value that we want to add. So we can rearrange the order of list with this. So insert will be used with two arguments. First will be the indexing that we want to insert at, and second will be the value that we want to insert. And just a moment, we are going to modify a list. So for modifying a list, we can just we have appended here that I have already used, and we can continue doing that. So if you want like to modify, you have to use the indexing positions, and you can modify accordingly. Now we have a pop method. Pop method is like when we are going to remove some values from the last of a string variable, sorry, list variable. So when we are using pop, just as you can see that we have a list containing 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50. Now when we are doing the pop operation on this variable, what it is doing is it is removing the extra last value, that is 50 here, and we are getting the new list, that is 10, 20, 30, and 40. So that's how the pop works. Now we'll look into the another method that we have is remove. So remove is like it is going to take the value and it is going to remove it from the list itself. So let's look at the example here. When you are going to run it, what is going to happen is like it will remove 30 from the list. Now same way, if you want to was just remove 40 out of it, we are just going to pass the variable as 40, and 40 will be removed from the list. So it is as simple as that. So you just have to remember the methods how you are going to use it, and everything will be sorted. Reverse is simply reversing the list in a reverse order, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is the original list. Now after you have used the reverse, it is doing the values as 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So in the reverse order it is giving. We have slicing here. Slicing is like when you are going to have multiple parts of the list according to your choice or according to the operation that you want. So you have a list as my list one to which contains the value as 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now if you want to uh, slice the list and have the values of from one indexing position till fourth, or I think before fourth. So the elements from 2, 3, 4 will be sliced here. And same way, when you are going to give nothing here, it will start from the initial position and it will go before to the like third indexing, that will be, it will execute before 4. So 1 2 3 will be selected here. Same, if we are going to give the second, that will be 3 will be selected, and all the values after 3 will be selected here. Now, what if you don't give any values between the colons here? As you can see, it is blank, and if you give another value after the colon, it is going to work in a steps. Like all the values will be considered according to this, and each value will take two steps. Like it will select alternate variable. First will be selected, then third will be selected, then fifth will be selected. So accordingly, it will execute. Now we'll try to execute it and see exactly what is happening here. So you can see the operation is like this. You can use the list slicing for multiple operation. You can select columns. It will in pandas. You can use it very efficiently if you want to. For like data engineering projects, it would be really helpful. So I think you should have some hands-on experience in these sorts of methods. Sort is simply like having the sorted manner of the list, and you can use the reverse equal to true also. So sorting in a descending order will be there, and sorting in the ascending order is from there. So that's all for list in this video, and we'll continue with dictionaries in next. I hope you have liked the video, and please do subscribe to the channel. It will be really helpful. Thank you all.